Socrates said that unexamined life isn't worth living. And it was through examining my own life that I realized I hadn't been living. My name is Shaka Senghor. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller, Righting My Wrongs, Life, Death, and Redemption in American Prison. I grew up in the city of Detroit. I was an honor roll scholarship student, really smart kid, who could have been anything in the world. Unfortunately, I got seduced into drug culture, became addicted to crack cocaine at the age of 14. I was robbed at gunpoint, I was beaten nearly to death, my childhood friend was murdered. I began to carry a gun, and I ended up firing 4 shots that tragically ended the man's life. I was subsequently arrested and convicted and sentenced to 17 to 40 years for second-degree murder at the age of 19. When I entered prison, I got in so much trouble that the warden labeled me as the worst of the worst. I began to believe that about myself. It wasn't until I was in solitary confinement that I really shed that mentality and to open up my mind to the possibilities of returning to who I knew I was destined to be. The mentors I met inside are men who were serving life sentences. They saw something in me that I didn't see. And they started introducing me to all this different literature. Langston Hughes, Claude McKay, Nelson Mandela's work, and writers who had been through traumatic experiences, but who still found a glimmer of hope to keep them moving forward. The combination of reading those bodies of work, getting a letter of forgiveness from a member of the victim's family, I realized that I had to take my destiny in my own hand. I had to do the hard work. So I stood in the mirror literally in tears as I thought about all of the ways that I hurt myself. And I began to apologize and began to really heal. And then the last step for me was atoning. Serving time is one thing, but I don't really believe that that's the way that you repay your debt to society. And so I made a decision, a conscious decision, that as long as I live, I would always utilize my voice in a way to help men and women make better decisions than the ones I made and help interrupt that cycle before they end up in prison. This is the work that I feel like I'm destined to do.